Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on the WWL Louisiana News at 4. I'm Devin Bartolotta. Here are today's top headlines. 4 of the men who escaped from the Orleans Justice Center last year are back in the facility. The Department of Corrections says it's because of capacity issues at the Louisiana State Penitentiary and logistical issues related to court appearances. Sheriff Michelle Woodfork says jail leadership developed a housing and security plan ahead of the transfers of Corey Boyd, to Keenan Dennis, Kendall Miles, and Gary Price. All 4 were screened, classified, and placed into OJC's special management population. OPSO says they will be eventually returned to state custody. A man will spend the rest of his life in prison for the murders of a Covington priest and a church employee. Antonio Tyson was sentenced today to 2 consecutive life sentences, plus an additional 40 years for the killings of Reverend Otis Young, a retired priest from St. Peter Catholic Church, and longtime church employee Ruth Pratz. Young and Pratz were abducted in November of 2022 before they were killed. Happening right now, crews are searching Lake Pontchartrain looking for a man reported missing near Lakeshore Drive. Police say they received a call just after 3 yesterday afternoon about a possible drowning. They've been using boats, drones, and dive teams to search that area. This marks the 2nd reported drowning in Lake Pontchartrain in less than a week. An alligator attacked a man while he was allegedly running from Louisiana State Police last night. Troopers say Victor Rivas was driving recklessly on I-10 near Bonneville when he hit a concrete barrier and blew a tire. Officials later found him heading down I-310 in St. Charles Parish. But after they pulled him over, Rivas allegedly jumped into the swamp below. They were able to find him later walking along Highway 61, but they say he jumped into another swampy area. And that's when he was attacked by an alligator. Rivas was eventually taken to the hospital and treated for injuries to both of his arms. He has since been booked on DWI charges and resisting an officer. Over the last few years, many people have turned to GLP-1 medications to lose weight. By some estimates, around 1 in 8 American adults are currently taking them. But recently, the medications have also been linked to other health benefits. That includes addiction treatment and even the possibility of a decreased risk of some types of cancer. Medical reporter Meg Ferris has been looking into this for us today. Joined us now with more on what she's learned. What kind of cancers are we talking about, Meg?
A whole variety of cancers, because we know, and doctors have known for years and years, Devin, that many types of cancer are caused by obesity, and that's because it dysregulates so many systems in your body and causes inflammation. But as you just said, with so many people on it, doctors have the ability to look in the rearview mirror. And they're not controlled studies. They're called observational studies. And they can see different things that have happened in the population that's been on them. They have found better heart outcomes, kidney, psoriasis, all these things. But specifically with cancer, they are seeing a 30% reduction in breast cancer.
Really?
Now, there's all these other different types of cancer, again, that those are observational. But the latest one that just came out that was pancreatic cancer and liver cancer, lung cancer, all these other types of cancers, including breast and prostate cancer. What they found was that people on them who already had cancer were less likely to have it go to stage 4. And what does stage 4 mean? That's when it metastasizes, when it spreads to other organs. And they think, okay, well, maybe it is the peptides, the medications, and not just because you lost weight, because the people with the cancer tumors with more receptors so that this medicine can hook onto, they had better survival outcomes. So it's just, it seems to be going in a really good direction.
Yeah. So before everyone watching this runs out and asks their doctor for GLP-1, is there anything they need to know about how sure we are or any risks?
You do not take this medication to prevent cancer. Everyone needs to have an individual conversation with his or her doctor about taking any medication. But what the doctors I interviewed today, and it's coming up at 6, by the way, what they said is this makes them more likely to sit and have a conversation with patients who are skeptical about taking these medications, because the data are just showing that more and more benefits. Again, nothing is 100%, and not everyone can take anything. You know, not everyone is something's good for, but it makes them want to explain to patients so they have the knowledge to make their decision.
Fascinating. All right, you said 6 o'clock tonight.
6 o'clock.
All right, Meg, very interesting.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And you can always find the latest updates on this story, all of today's headlines, on our website, our social media pages, and on our free app for your phone or your TV.